What's up guys? Welcome to my channel. I feel so weird making a YouTube video. I feel like it's been so long. But I wanted to answer your guys most asked TVDU questions. If you've ever been on one of my Instagram live streams, I do little Q&As on there and I answer every question, but I thought it'd be fun to try it in more of a YouTube format. So here we are. I went on my Instagram story and I did one of the little question boxes and I asked you guys to send in any Vampire Diaries universe related questions that you had for me and I was going to answer them in this video. We're going to talk theories, we're going to talk favorite characters, least favorite characters, storylines, each different show, which show is my favorite. We're going to cover everything that we can, and if anything's not covered, that is on you guys for not asking it. So these are in no specific order. I kind of thought about putting them in a specific order, but meh. I've literally been charging my camera for the last hour and it still says that it's about to die and it's driving me insane. Some of these are going to be short answers and some I'm going to really get into it and talk about why. But yeah, let's get started. Rank Haley, Rebecca, Catherine, Caroline, Camille, and Elena from your favorite to least favorite. Okay, probably Caroline's my favorite, then Rebecca, then Haley, then Camille, then Catherine, then Elena. Who was your least favorite TVD and TO villain? Okay, least favorite in Vampire Diaries, what was season 8? Wasn't it was it Kane? Is that what his name was? Originals? The Hollow, for sure. I hated the Hollow. She drove me mad. Do you ship Hosey? I do. I'm not a huge Legacies person. I don't know everything, and I only watched it once and half the time I wasn't paying attention. But I like Hosey more than Hizzy. Bonnie and Jeremy or Bonnie and Enzo? Probably Bonnie and Enzo. I feel the way that Bonnie and Enzo's relationship started was kind of strange. There was a flash forward and they were randomly together, if I remember that properly. I don't really know what happened there. But Jeremy honestly didn't treat her very well. As much as I love Jeremy, that was not his best moment for sure. What's your favorite Elijah moment? Okay, so probably the first one that comes to mind. This is I feel nobody really talks about this moment, but I love it so much. Aside from the basic ones. In season 4, after she wakes the Michelsons back, after Haley wakes the Michelsons back up, there's this scene of her and Elijah walking, and Hope is kind of in front of them. They're in the bayou. They're walking to Jackson's grandma's house, I think, and they're talking about their future, and Elijah talks about wearing jean shorts and flip-flops or something. I don't know. I love that moment. I think it's so cute. Do you prefer the originals or the Vampire Diaries, and why? Okay. I can get into this one. So, the originals, 110%. I think it just kind of depends on, you as a person, but I think that the originals is better because the Vampire Diaries revolves around a love triangle. So, in season 7 and season 8, when you remove Elena, you remove the main center of, what the show revolves around, which is the love triangle. So that's why the show wasn't as good in season 7 and season 8. But in the originals, the show revolves around family. Last time I said this, someone was well, there's love triangles in the originals too. There is, but they're not the main point. The show revolves around family, so if a character leaves for a minute or a different character comes in, it doesn't affect the show as much. And I just feel it's a better center for the show, you know? Do you like Davina? I love Davina. I think that she gets a lot of hate. I don't, she gets a lot of unnecessary hate. A lot of people don't like her because they love Klaus and they're really Klaus apologists or whatever. Is that the right word? I think it is. But people hate Davina just because she didn't like Klaus. But Miss Girl had every reason not to like Klaus. Klaus, I genuinely rewatching the originals the other day. I was Klaus is actually psychotic. I know we all chalk it up as a joke. Klaus is a psychopath. My man is insane, okay? The things he does, I love him once he has the character development, and I love him as a villain before that. But especially when him and Davina had the biggest beef, she had every reason to hate him, and I feel it's not fair for people to not like her just because she stood up to Klaus. I don't know. I think she's underrated and overhated, and I am definitely a Davina stan. Favorite girl in TVD, TO, or in Legacies. Okay. Vampire Diaries, Caroline. 100%. I love Caroline. Originals, Rebecca.
This is Editing Addie. I just realized I never answered the Legacies part of that question. My favorite girl in Legacies is probably Hope, but I also really like Josie.
Okay, someone said, do you like Bayman as a ship? Friendship? Yes. Next question. Who's your favorite villain from TVDU and Legacies? Okay, favorite Vampire Diaries villain is Kai. 100%. Kai is the best villain in the show. You hate him, but you also get like a good backstory for him and why he is who he is and why he does what he does. Originals, probably Lucian, to be honest. I really liked Lucian. I think he had a lot of potential to be a good character if he hadn't become a villain. Like attitude, his like flirtiness with Freya. I really liked him and I was sad when he became a villain, but because of like that, I would say he's probably my favorite.
Once again, I forgot Legacies. Favorite villain in Legacies was probably Ken, just because I love Luke Mitchell.
Why do you hate Jackson? Okay, if you follow me on Instagram, you know, probably TikTok too, you know that I absolutely hate Jackson. My least favorite character in the entire Vampire Diaries universe is Jackson. Jackson is just like so manipulative, like to the point that when I say I hate Jackson, I get comments all the time that are like, I hate him too. I don't really know why. He's not really a bad person, but I hate him. Because the manipulation runs so deep that these people think that he's a good person. They just don't know why they hate him. Like, no, you hate him for a reason. Stick with it, okay? I could like make a whole video just depicting every single thing that he does in the show and why I hate him. But the main quote that I always use as an example is right after they announced that they were gonna get married to save the pack, you know, they're sitting by the fire, him and Haley, and he says like, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life here, Haley Marshall, but forcing you to love me ain't gonna be one of them. When I first heard that line, I literally had to rewind it because I was like, there's no way he just said that. But yeah, if you think that you hate Jackson but you don't know why, rewatch the originals and look at
everything he does from a different perspective.
Alright, well, my camera died, so Team Delena or Team Stelena? Okay, I'm gonna say Delena, and my reasoning for it is just because Damon and Elena were a better match than Stefan and Elena. Damon needed a damsel in distress. That's not like a job at Elena, it's just like he needed to feel like a savior, I guess, and like Elena wanted to be saved and Damon wanted someone to save, you know? Caroline with Stefan, Klaus, Matt, or Tyler. Okay, unpopular opinion, I actually really liked Tyler and Caroline together in the beginning when Tyler was a werewolf, not a hybrid. Before he became a hybrid, him and Caroline were like super cute together. I think that Caroline and Klaus were meant to be endgame, like way in the future, like they were meant to end up together. But Caroline and Stefan, like that was just like their time. I don't know. I love Caroline and Stefan together and I love Caroline and Klaus. After Stefan died, I think that Caroline and Klaus would have been in game, but you know, then Klaus had to go and die too. Caroline just has like her choice in men is just men who die, apparently. I don't know. The only one still alive is Matt. Okay, who's your favorite non-conventional ship? Clefin. What is, in your opinion, a couple that deserved endgame? Like I said, Caroline and Klaus, like in the originals, when they get their little moment at the end and they like I feel like that was when Caroline was finally ready to be with Klaus. Like he'd become like the person that she knew he could be and she was ready to be with him. And then he died. Like, so infuriating because like she was ready for him to be her last love. Elijah or Claylee? I don't understand Claylee, like, at all whatsoever. The people that think they should be a couple, because like I feel like, okay, TVD aside, like in the originals, Klaus and Haley's relationship to me was more like family, like a sibling bond. Like obviously they're not actually related, they have a child, but like their relationship, like the dynamic was way sibling to me. I cannot see them in a relationship at all. Oh, to answer the question, Elijah. Why is Elijah your favorite? Have you seen Daniel Gillies? Who's your favorite TVDU girl? Okay, I kind of touched on this earlier, I think, but Caroline is my favorite. She's my favorite original. I feel like you guys should know the answer to this by now. What is your favorite Delena scene? Okay, so I'm not like, even though I am team Delena, like I think that they're better together, I'm still like just not a huge like massive fan of them. Like there are other ships that I like more, you know? But probably, I love the song Hunger. Like, my favorite song off the TVDU soundtrack is Hunger. I listen to it all the time. And I love the scene that it's from, the last dance scene. I actually got to visit the road where that was filmed last time, one of the last times I was in Covington, so that was really cool just because it is my favorite song. But I probably have to give that scene credit because that's where the song came from. What's your favorite season and episode of TV? Okay, season 3 and season 6. I feel like everyone says season 3 and they forget about season 6, but I think season 6 is so good. I feel like the Gemini Coven storyline, like, was absolutely amazing. And one of my, like, biggest annoyances with Legacies is the fact that they literally gave the Gemini Coven one episode. Like, when they saw Kai again, like, Kai could have been the villain in Legacies instead of Malivore, you know? Like, I just feel like they could have made a whole spin-off just about the Gemini Coven. And they wasted that because it was such a good storyline. What's your favorite scene in TVDU? Okay, I'm gonna go with the originals. It's that scene where they all go out to, like, the house where where Cammie and Rebecca had been hiding the baby. And they take, like, that Polaroid picture and they do the bonfire and stuff. Like, that scene where they take that Polaroid picture is just one of my favorites. Like, it makes my heart so happy. If you could be a supernatural species, what would you be? I would be a heretic. I think heretics are, like, so cool. Like, a siphon witch becoming a vampire and then being able to, like, pull on the magic of being a vampire. What's your favorite Salvatore? Zach. Uncle Zach, for sure. Caroline or Bonnie? Caroline. Elena or Catherine? If I'm being honest, I don't really love either of them. Favorite TVDU cast, except Daniel. You guys know me too well. Too well. Probably Chris Wood. I love Chris Wood so much. Oh, and then girls, I love Claire. Claire's amazing. Did your parents watch TVD and what do they think about it? So my parents are actually the reason I watched TVD in the first place. My mom and dad used to watch it, like, as it came out. And my mom found it on Netflix, like, at the beginning of COVID, like, right when quarantine hit. And she was watching it and she was like, you know what, you should watch this, you would probably like it. So I started it because of her. I only watched the first episode because I was, like, just gonna do it as a courtesy because I didn't think it was gonna be good, and then it actually ended up being really good, and my mom was like, oh, how do you like it? And I'm like, I'm already on, like, season 3. Alright, so those were all the questions you guys had for me. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you're still here, make sure to subscribe. I think I'm, like, pretty close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already, go hit the button. Let me know in the comments what other shows I should do this with if you want to see me do it again. I was thinking that Teen Wolf would be a cool one to talk about. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.